My husband forces me to do things. Hi, my name is Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation. And I want to talk to you about this because this is really important. I understand we're not really given the proper training as we grow up. And so we don't recognize where the boundaries are, how to maintain them, if it's even a boundary issue at all. But the research that I've done to help people in their marriages led me to find the principles, the universal principles that are applicable in every single marriage. One of those key principles, believe it or not, it's not the most important, but it's a key principle, is free will. We talk about free will all the time. And at the shallowest place, free will is about you can't tell me what to do. That's free will. But free will is very deep. And it's more than choosing between chocolate and vanilla ice cream. Free will is a gift that each one of us has. And we tend to abuse it, but we tend mostly to abuse it in others. We know that we have free will, and we demand that our free will is honored and appreciated. That it isn't a gift from someone else to allow us to have our free will. It is our free will. It's innate, and it comes from the supreme source. No one gives us free will. We have it. But we forget that others have it too. And so what we try to do, and this may be the case with what your husband is doing, is we manipulate. And you're probably also guilty of this, where you've tried to manipulate someone, try to sell someone on something, try to use your anger or hold something back, rather than just discuss things and meet halfway or have an agreement as to what is the best thing to do. And so I brought up you infringing on other people's free will, not to cast blame onto your husband, but to show you how subtle this can be, so that you recognize that you do it too, so you're not completely condemning him for doing it to you. The real question is, what do I do when someone is imposing upon my free will? And the answer is, I'm going to start with, you don't have to be tough. You don't have to take a stand and define your boundaries. They're there. They're there. No one gets to go into your mind and tell you how to think. No one gets to tell you how to feel. No one gets to tell you what you should do or what you have to do. But there's a way to handle it when someone is doing that. There are techniques in communication, because when they're doing that, they don't really have the power over you. What they're doing is they're playing off of your weaknesses. So think of yourself as someone hiding behind the facade of your personality. That you are, you should realize this, and this is not religious, but you are a soul. You're an individual spark of God's, and I'm not trying to be religious here, but you are a soul. You have a body, you have a mind, and you have free will. You get to live in your heart, your soul, if you choose to. And you don't have to rely on the biological, the defense mechanisms that says, stay away from me, you can't tell me what to do. That's a biological, instinctive reaction to what the mind perceives of as a threat. I'm going to say it again because I know it may have been a little complicated. So in biology, we learn that every living thing is endowed with the drive to survive. It's in your body. In every single cell that exists is the drive to survive. That influence of the trillion cells of your body goes into your mind, and your mind becomes a slave to this drive to survive, which means it protects you from any kind of perceived threat. Does this make sense? So it's your body that's really reacting to an intrusion upon your free will, but your mind is acting on behalf of your body. Maybe a little technical. The bottom line is this. You're behind this facade of your personality. You control it all. So you have to remember, I am not affected by his demands, his insistence, his manipulations, his ordering me, whatever it may be. I'm not affected by that. I will merely smile. I will hear these commands, no matter how insistent, only as his desires. And one way to respond instead of defensively is to just acknowledge and go, I hear that, but I don't think I can do that. And please, let's not discuss it anymore. Now, I'm not trying to sell you my books, but there's really great chapters on communication that will help you with this, because it boils down to a communication issue, as well as a who am I issue. And there's another chapter in the books, they're very similar books, Breaking the Cycle and Lessons for a Happy Marriage. And there's also great chapters on the mind and its interrelationship with the soul and the body, so you really can learn this stuff. And when you know something, you're no longer a victim. Isn't it true? If you didn't know how to drive a car, and someone handed you the keys and you got behind the wheel, you go, all right. Well, that's what happened to us growing up. We don't even understand ourselves, much less our marriages. So in the books, I describe you as a woman, mechanically. It's very artful. You'll get it. You'll love it. Describe your husband as a man, and describe your marriage. And it's going to very much change your life. I'm going to leave it at that. It's a deep topic. You know, it's not a simple thing of my husband's telling me what to do. It's very deep. So I really do suggest you subscribe to these videos so you can learn more about marriage, the easy way and the least expensive way. And if you like this, pass it on, share it, like it, leave a comment if you want. But for now, I'm just going to say blessings to you, blessings to your husband, blessings to your family, and thank you for spending time with me. I hope this was very useful for you. All right, God bless.